Hello students, we are going to see two important concepts today. One is load line and second one is when two non-identical cells are connected in series. Okay, so let us proceed. So here we have a PV cell. Here we can see a load resistance is connected to the PV cell. Okay, so which is variable one. Okay, so it is variable resistance. That means it can vary from 0 to infinity. So when we vary this resistance, what is the effect of this resistance on IV characteristics? Okay, so let us see. So first we need to consider IV characteristics of this PV cell. So this is IV characteristics, this is arbitrary characteristics. Okay, now I am going to draw a line from origin onto this IV characteristics curve. Okay, so this is the curve, this is the line. Okay, so what is this line? Let us see the slope of this line. So this is the slope. So y axis is having I, so that will be delta I. So x axis resembles delta v. So the slope will become delta I by delta v, which is nothing but our 1 by r naught. Okay, here you can see delta I by delta v is nothing but 1 by r naught, where r naught is our load resistance. Okay, so indirectly our load line is dependent quantity on r naught. Okay, now let us see what is happening if we increase this r naught or if we decrease r naught. So this line here is called load line. Okay, and the point here, this point here is called operating point. Okay, the load line on PV curve is called operating point. Okay, so let us see this load line effect in our series connected non-identical cells. Okay, so here I need to show you one thing. Okay, so if I increase this resistance from r naught to infinite, the curve will shift towards x-axis like this. Okay, so here at this point our r naught value is increased, and that is open circuit, and its value is here, the node value is VOC, right? The voltage value is VOC and r naught is infinite. Okay, so now I am going to reduce r naught such that there is a short circuit at the terminals of PV cell. So the IV characteristics will be shifts towards y-axis like this. Okay, so I hope you are understanding. Okay, if I increase the r naught, the IV characteristics shift towards x-axis. If I decrease r naught, the IV characteristics, the load line is shifting towards y-axis. Okay, so that is the idea. Now, so this is r naught value for somewhere. So this is r naught. So this is load line for some arbitrary value of r naught. Now let us see what is the effect of this load line on our non-identical cells connected in series. So here I have taken two cells. One is indicated in red color and another is in green color. So generally PV cells or PV modules are placed on a rooftop or some on the buildings, so that you can catch the sunlight. Okay, so practically there will be a problem of shading. So there will be a shadow effect on PV cells, so the characteristics will differ. Okay, so such like if there is a tree beside your PV module, so there will be a shadow due to the tree or shadow due to neighboring buildings. Okay, so that is called shading effect. So to understand that, I have considered two cells. PV cell 1 is without shading, PV cell 2 is with shading. Okay, so here PV cell 2 is with shading now, is with shading. Okay, and cell 1 is not shaded. So if you observe the IV characteristics of cell 1 and 2 here, this red color one is indicating cell 1 characteristics and green color curve is indicating cell 2 characteristics. If you observe this, so ISC1 of cell 1 is greater compared to ISC2 because of shading effect. ISC2 is the short circuit current of second cell is reduced due to shading effect, but the VOC points are same. Okay, so ISC points are differed because of shading effect. Okay, here the terminal voltage VT1 and VT2 of each cell are indicated here. VT1 is this one and VT2 is this one. Okay, Now we are going to draw a load line. Okay, so for combined characteristics, VOC is nothing but sum of individual voltages VOC1 plus VOC2 because they are series connected. So voltages will be V1 plus V2. Okay, so the load line for R0 value is 1 by R0. Okay, it is somewhere here. So if you observe the voltages of individual characteristics, so VT1 is in red color, VT2 is in green color. Okay, so if you combine these two values, you are going to get the combined characteristics on the load line. So this is VT1 plus VT2. Okay, here you can see this is VT1 plus VT2. Now I am going to, you can see here, this is the effect of this resistance value. So now I am going to reduce the resistance value further, so that let us see what is the effect on load line. Okay, so now I have reduced the resistance so that the curve is shifted above towards y-axis. Okay, now let us see the voltage at VT1 and VT2. So this is VT2. So this is here, these points indicate the values of VT1 and VT2. So this is VT1. Okay, VT1 and VT2. So the combined cell characteristics will have VT1 plus VT2. Okay, now I am further reducing the R0 so that the load line will shift towards I axis. Okay, so this is here you can see the VT and VT2 points. Here this point is where VT2 magnitude is VT2, and here this is VT1. So the sum of VT1 plus VT2 will be available on the combined characteristics. Okay, here this is VT2 and VT1. The sum will be on the combined characteristics. Now if I further reduce R0 such that the load line will shift towards I axis. Okay, so at this point you can see here VT1 has some magnitude, but VT2 is 0 here due to this its characteristics. VT2 is completely 0, but VT1 has some value. So the combined characteristics will only have effective VT1 only. So if you observe this point and this magnitude are same, so that is VT1. Okay, so earlier up to this point, so VT1 and VT2 have some magnitude, but after this point VT2 has become 0. If you further reduce the R0 value, the load line will further shift towards I axis. Okay, so that will further reduce VT2 and VT1. Okay, so I have superimposed IV characteristics of first cell on the combined cell characteristics. So if I draw a line, so now I have further reduced R0. So here you can see the value of VT2 is shifted towards the negative magnitude. Okay, here you can see. Here you can see, so the magnitude of VT2 is in the second quadrant. Earlier it was in the first quadrant, which is a source quadrant. Now it is being shifted to second quadrant, which is called sink quadrant. So that means our second cell is now acting as a sink of source, sink of energy. Okay, just due to shading effect, it is supposed to deliver the energy, but it is consuming the energy. Okay, so that is what the shading effect. Okay, so the net voltage in the combined characteristics is VT1. So this is VT1 magnitude, because VT2 is also consuming some voltage, so the net voltage will be VT1 minus VT2. So this is the net voltage. Okay, VT2 is being subtracted from VT1. Okay, so if I further reduce the R0 to 0, almost it is short circuited. Okay, so this is the load line characteristic, so that is ISC. Okay, so here this is the magnitude of VT2, sorry, so this is the magnitude of VT2 here, and this is the magnitude of VT1. Okay, that means VT1 is almost being subtracted with VT2. Okay, because VT1 equal to VT2 here, the magnitude here, this one equal to this one. Okay, so VT2 is almost subtracted from VT1, so the net voltage has become 0 here. Here the net voltage is 0. Okay, so this is the effect of shading on the series connected PV cells. Okay, so let us take the power curve here. The power curve is indicated in green line here, combined power curve. Okay, if I superimpose first cell's characteristics here, okay, this red color curve is indicating the first cell's characteristics. Okay, so if I draw a line here, this one, So towards the right of this line, here this one, VT1 comma VT2 are having some positive values and they are acting in source region. Okay, so towards the left of this line, VT2 is being acting as a sink here. So earlier it was acting as a source, but now it is acting as a sink. Okay, so at this point VT2 is 0. So if you further reduce R0, VT2 is becoming negative here in this region. Okay, so this is the power curve for second cell. Here you can see to the right side of this point the power curve is positive, to the left side of this curve the power side is negative. Okay, if I superimpose that one, here this is negative power characteristics. So the shaded one is sink characteristics of second cell. So this is cell 2 power characteristics, okay, which is negative, that is sink of energy. Okay, and here if you superimpose the power characteristics of first cell, which is almost constant, the red color one is indicating the power characteristics of first one, and which equal to VT1 into ISC1, right? And you can see here the series current is same for both the cells, so ISC1 is almost constant, and here there is no much difference in VT2 because of the IV characteristics of first cell. So there is no deviation, there is no much deviation, so almost the power is kept constant. Okay, so this is characteristics of first cell. So this is, that's here the cell 2 is acting as a sink after some period. Okay, and the power sourcing and the sinking issue is happening. Thank you.